It seems there's more to Angie Stone's tragic passing than meets the eye. Jaguar Wright has come forward with shocking claims, suggesting that powerful figures in the industry were involved in her untimely death. Known for exposing hidden truths in the music business, Jaguar alleges that Angie's passing was not an accident but a targeted act by influential people. Jaguar's claims gained traction when considering that, just weeks before her passing, Angie took to social media to express frustration over powerful figures in the industry allegedly stealing from her for years. She was ready to take a stand and fight for what was rightfully hers. Shortly after, she was involved in a car crash, and she was the only fatality. Now, Jaguar is raising questions about possible foul play. Angie Stone was born on December 18, 1961, and grew up in a household where faith and music were deeply intertwined. Her parents introduced her to gospel music at an early age, shaping the foundation of her musical journey. She frequently sang at First Nazareth Baptist Church and was mentored by her father, who was a dedicated member of a gospel quartet. These experiences fueled her passion for music and honed her talent. As she matured, Angie's musical influences expanded beyond gospel, positioning her as a pioneer in the neo-soul movement. Her rich, soulful voice and unique sound inspired artists such as Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Lyfe Jennings, and even Mariah Carey. However, her influence extended far beyond neo-soul. She made significant contributions to hip-hop, R&B, and electro-funk, shaping the industry in ways that often went unrecognized. At just 16 years old, Angie made history by forming The Sequence, the first all-female hip-hop group, alongside Cheryl the Pearl Cook and Gwendolyn Blondie Chisholm. Signed to Sugar Hill Records, they made waves with their hit Funk You Up, which later influenced Dr. Dre and even Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk. However, The Sequence never received proper credit or royalties, leading Angie and her group to sue Ronson for copyright infringement. Despite these setbacks, Angie continued to make an impact. She was part of the hip-hop and electro-funk group Mantronix before stepping into the spotlight as the lead singer of Vertical Hold, known for R&B classics like Seems You're Much Too Busy. As her career progressed, she achieved success as a solo artist and songwriter, releasing 11 studio albums with hits like I Wish I Didn't Miss You, No More Rain, Brother, and I Wanna Thank You. Her immense talent put her in rooms with legends such as Prince and Lenny Kravitz, even playing saxophone for Lenny. She also collaborated with his cousin, Jerry Duvall, to form a group. However, one of her most significant contributions came in shaping the career of D'Angelo. Angie played a pivotal role in developing his signature sound, co-writing and producing vocals on his groundbreaking albums Brown Sugar and Voodoo. Despite her contributions, D'Angelo reportedly downplayed her role, and their romantic relationship ultimately turned toxic. Unfortunately, D'Angelo wasn't the only one who failed to give Angie her due credit. She expressed disappointment over Mary J. Blige using songs she had worked on with D'Angelo, specifically Every Day, which Mary later renamed Paradise and released without acknowledging Angie. Additionally, Jill Scott's record label allegedly pushed her to mimic Angie's style, from her fashion choices to her stage presence. Beyond the music industry's attempts to erase her contributions, Angie's own management team failed to advocate for her properly. Mismanagement led to missed opportunities, including acting roles. One of the biggest career setbacks came when she was set to star in The Know, One Ladies Detective Agency, a role that ultimately went to Jill Scott due to her team's failure to secure it. Weeks before her passing, Angie was preparing to take legal action against Universal Music Group, UMG, over unpaid royalties. She had grown tired of being financially shortchanged and was ready to fight for what was rightfully hers. Reports suggest that nearly everyone in her professional circle, her management, her label, failed her. Instead of supporting her, they allegedly pocketed millions while she continued working without seeing the financial rewards of her efforts. As Jaguar Wright continues to raise questions about the circumstances surrounding Angie Stone's death, many fans are left wondering if her battle for justice made her a target. Was her tragic accident truly an accident, or was there something more sinister at play?
That one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot, excuse me guys, a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. As I begin to find out things that I never had to look into, because when you hire a team of people that to some degree supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, you know, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research. Angie Stone, the celebrity, that I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do for my family, which is why I worked so hard, which is why I traveled so much, which is why I did shows, because at the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins.
The fact that Angie was so outspoken about calling out those who wronged her has left fans with many questions, especially about whether there could be a connection between her accident and the unpaid royalties. Let's be real. This wouldn't be the first time an artist mysteriously lost their life after challenging the powers that be. The music industry has a long history of swallowing up artists who dare to fight back, and with Angie preparing to take legal action, some can't help but wonder if her death was more than just an unfortunate accident. Many are raising eyebrows over how severe the crash was, yet somehow, Angie was the only one who didn't make it. To be clear, no one is suggesting there should have been more casualties, but for some, the details just don't add up. Speculation is even growing that Angie may have already been gone before the crash happened, adding yet another layer of mystery to an already suspicious situation. According to Jaguar Wright, there is far more to the story than what we've been told. She is now claiming that Angie was allegedly silenced because she was on the verge of exposing some very powerful people.
What do they want?
What do you mean? They want their payment. They want their pound of flesh. They want you to keep feeding the system. Doesn't matter how hard she worked for it. That's not her money. That's their money. That's what they do. They've been robbing me for years.
Yep.
They stole more money from me than they stole from Angie. I can't stop thinking about Nick Carter. And Aaron Carter. I can't stop thinking. Brother in the Illuminati, brother not in the Illuminati. Brother in the Illuminati commits all kinds of heinous crimes against women, and he's okay, but his brother's gone. And all he wanted was his money so he could push on. Like, how many of these things have to happen in front of the public? Of course they're going to attack, I'll be sure. Of course they're going to attack me. Of course they're going to attack anybody who's interested in the truth. Of course they're going to come at us really hard for that first 72 hours and make sure we stop posting, or at least get us flagged from being able to go live, so nobody thinks about the details of the fact that we just watch Angie Stone get moved around in real time on her son's
Child, this is wild. But considering everything we've learned about the industry and the powerful people running it, I guess we shouldn't be too surprised. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video.